Welcome, beautiful souls from every corner of this earth and beyond, wherever you are right now. Thank you so much for joining this live stream. Thank you for opening up the portal with me of the day out of time. It is an honor for me to be here and connect the dots for you and be in this presence with you and just share this energy and connect in this digital way, even though we are connecting digitally and not physically, we're creating a shared space of energy. So I just want you to become aware of that we are right now in a shared space of data. We're all connected with one another, and we're entering a space between heartbeats today. We are in a sacred pause, a pause before a new cycle. And today I'm going to explain you why. I'm going to explain you what the energies are all about, what we're in today, and what we're going to be moving forward with. And since we're opening this portal together, I just want to ask you, because we are all connected through the spiritual bodies, as I said, it is important to understand that we all hold different codes which contribute to opening up this portal. We're going to energize this portal all together through this transmission today, through also an activation and a meditation. So I just want you to be aware that you play a big role and a big part in this. You're not just watching. Your energy volunteered and your presence and your spirit volunteered to be here today in order to do something for the collective, not just for yourself, but also for the collective. So the codes that we hold within our system are very important. And that is why I just want to take like 2 or 3 minutes right now in the beginning to ask you where you are right now, the country that you're in right now, so that I can see which codes are being activated and which ley lines are we going to connect in the grid. So let me just look at the comments and see. Okay, we have Germany, we have Canada, we have Denmark, we have Kuwait, we have Quebec, we have Germany again, London, Germany, Denmark, Sweden, USA, South Africa, United States, Denmark, Belgium, Germany. Okay, wow, lots of German energy. Serbia, Portugal, South America. Okay, so we can see that we're already connecting continents here as well. Chile, Sweden, Bulgaria, Mexico. I love Mexico so much. It's like my spirit home. Greece. I'm from Greece originally. I'm half Austrian though. Finland, Netherlands, Santa Cruz, California, Poland, Netherlands, Holland, Austin, Argentina. Oh my goodness, we're connecting the dots here. Uruguay, Belgium, London, Ecuador, South America, Switzerland, Italy, California. Do we have anyone from Asia here as well? Do we have any people from Asia here? Can we connect the dots of the planet? Thank you guys so much for joining. It is so amazing to just read where you all are. I just want us to imagine the earth as a grid, because we are all connected. We are like a computer system. We're all able to basically tune into one another's frequency, and every space, every country holds specific codes that we need. All of us need specific information for us to step into our highest potential, and we can connect those when we are connecting with one another, and it's a very beautiful thing. So we have USA, Nepal, Arizona, USA, Wales, Los Angeles. Okay, amazing. So you can keep going while I'm talking so that you can see where we're all connecting with one another. I just wanted to tell you how important it is to see where are we from, and basically when we are going through this activation and through this portal today and opening up our hearts to just realize how really small this planet is and how we're all a tiny family on this little floating thing in the universe. And we're not so far from one another, and we're all sharing the same path, and we're all walking towards the same, let's say, frequency that we want to attune to. So it is very beautiful to see all that. So let's just begin with, why are we here? What is happening today? What is going on? Today is the so-called day out of time. It is a day where we consciously step out of linear time. Linear time is something that causes us stress, anxiety, and it disconnects us from the heartbeat of Earth. So what we're trying to do here is understand, why is linear time disconnecting us from the heartbeat of Earth, and how can we instead step into the frequency of cosmic harmony? So our calendar and our mechanical clock are disharmonious. Why is that? Because time is not a rigid line and time is not measurable. It is not, because time is stretchable and expendable. It is alive. Time is eternal. So we all know that sometimes a single moment can feel like hours, and sometimes an entire week just disappears like this. It's like a breath. So time is not a quantity, it is a frequency. And the artificial system that we have inherited with the Gregorian calendar and the mechanical clock are based on control and not harmony. And I'm shortly going to tell you why. This system of time divides us into boxes. It disconnects us from nature. So we're living in a system that's telling us we're too late, or we're too early, or we're on time, or we're running out of time. But the ancient civilizations, they already knew better than us. They didn't have a clock, they didn't have a calendar, they had a synchrometer. What is a synchrometer? So a synchrometer is not a device. It is a way of measuring time by synchronicity. So I want you to understand that synchronicity is the indicator that we live in harmony with nature and the universe. So when we live a life of constant synchronicity, that is when we are actually living in the natural cycles. So for those of you who don't know, and I can imagine that every single one of you knows what a synchronicity is. It is basically when a coincidence happens that is connected to a series of different events. So let's say, for example, you think of a friend that you haven't talked to in ages, and suddenly that friend calls you. That is a synchronicity. Or many people believe that seeing certain digits of numbers is a synchronicity. Or when you think about something and suddenly you see it on the television or on your phone, that's synchronicity. So the ancient cultures, like the Mayans, like the Egyptians, and many others, like the Atlanteans, they lived life according to synchronicity. Synchronicity is something that we see as something magical, or something that happens in a moment of extraordinary experience. So when a synchronicity happens to us, we usually say, oh my God, that's so amazing, that's so rare, that's so cool. And that's why synchronicities, it became something more esoterical, mystical, magical, and coincidental. But in the reality of things, synchronicity happens when all of the dimensions are overlapping with one another, and we're starting to live in sync with the rhythm of the universe. So a synchronicity is not something that's amazing and special. It is actually just an indicator that right now in this moment, you live in balance. So imagine All the other times, everything else that's happening in your life that is not synchronized is an out of balance experience. So what we want to do, what we want to get back into is we want to come back to a system that measures time in synchronicity. Anything else doesn't make sense because a system of synchronicity observes pattern, cycles, rhythms, and energies, not dates on a page. It tracks the energies of a day, the moon, the stars, and the soul, and how they all align with one another, because nature works that way. Nature is constantly affected by what is happening with the moon, by what is happening with the stars, with the sun. And we pretend that we're not affected by that. We pretend, or we try to fit into a system so that we can be efficient and hardworking and always on time and doing the most work that we can possibly can do, so that we live a life that is beneficial for us. What is beneficial for us in this current system? Beneficial is when you work fast, when you work a lot, and when you are on time. So beneficial is not when you're healthy. Beneficial is not when you live according to your cycles. Beneficial is when you can show up and work for the system. Basically, this is all of what the Gregorian calendar is that we live by, is a work machine. So it was invented by Pope Gregory the 13th, and it was invented for us to remember when to pay taxes. So this is just a measurement that has been used to make us remember when to work and when to pay taxes. Of course, it is completely not imbalanced with the natural cycles of the universe. So when we use a galactic synchrometer that is based on the stars, based on nature, on the cycles of nature, every day has an energy signature, a specific vibration, a color, a tone, a glyph. Nothing is a coincidence. Everything is determined. Everything has the potential for us to move into our highest self, but we're not using it because we don't know about this. We just move through life in a way that we have been taught and conditioned to live it. So when you live with the synchrometer, you're not just living in time, you're using time as a tool to get to your highest potential, to dance with it. So we move from time as a control mechanism to time as art. So to create a system to align us with nature, intuition, and the cosmic law. Time is not an illusion. That's what many people in the spiritual community say. Well, parts of it is an illusion because linear time is an illusion. But time is very real. The thing is, it just doesn't move in a straight line. It doesn't tick forward like a machine. It doesn't move in minutes. It doesn't move in hours. It spirals and it pulses and it breathes. And we have forgotten how to listen to it. And also, of course, we have been conditioned to forget how to listen to it. So time is a living intelligence. It holds rhythms, cycles, synchronicity. We can see that time exists by how flowers know when it's time to bloom, or how your soul knows when it's ready to grow, when it's ready to rest, when it's ready to let go. Your body is telling you all of these things. We can see time happening in the seasons of nature. We can see time happening in ebbs and flow. So that is all of what we need from time is to understand nature and then implement that into our own systems. And that is why I want to make this live stream, to introduce you to this new concept of time that is not new, but it is a forgotten way to measure time. So time is real, but it is not a ruler. It is a mirror. It reflects your state of being. And why is that so important? Because our calendar, our measurement of time, brings disharmony into our system because it's disharmonious in its essence. When we look at our Gregorian calendar, it is split into 12 uneven months with uneven days. Sometimes we have 30 days, sometimes we have 31, sometimes 28. And the names of the months are completely distorted as well. For example, we have October, November, December, but octo in Latin actually means 8. For some reason, it's the 10th month, though. Novem in Latin means 9, but it's the 11th month. Decem means 10, but it's the 12th month. So you can see how this is distorted on purpose, of course. We're just not realizing it. In order for a system to subconsciously be in this harmony with nature, in order for us to operate for the system, so that we can work certain hours, so that we can neglect our natural system and our natural state of being, and to operate from a mindset of, I obey to the system, I am a worker. And listen, this live stream is not to be against the government, be against the church, be against the Pope and their agendas and their intentions. This is not some kind of let's break it all down and let's, go against others. It's about realizing, okay, I've been conditioned to live in this system. Probably people who don't even know about this have taught me about this system. It's not their fault. I'm not going to now be angry and blame somebody or blame certain people for what they have created, but I'm going to intentionally, with my knowing, change my program. And this doesn't mean quit your job. It doesn't mean don't show up on time when you have an appointment. It means taking the free time you have and looking at nature and reattuning to the real heartbeat of life, becoming aware of it. Becoming aware of something is the first step to reset our system. It's not about immediately taking action. It's not about changing your entire life around. Firstly, we need to become aware. We need to tell our system, see, this is artificial, this is natural. We're going to tend to live in natural time. And you will see, as soon as you start living in tune with the natural cycles, as soon as you start to live in tune with galactic time and the synchrometer, the universe is going to rearrange things for you, because the heartbeat is going to align with the Earth's heartbeat. And then the Earth is going to work in your favor because you became one again. This is ultimately what we want to create, is the harmony of becoming one. We are all one, but right now we're not beating in the same heartbeat, and that's why separation is happening, that's why confusion is happening, disharmony, that's why war is happening. I'm not telling you that polarity is something bad and polarity isn't something that happens on Earth or should happen. Polarity is always going to happen here. We are on a learning playground. We are in a little universal school here. Polarity is always going to happen. The problem is disharmony is not supposed to happen. And that's what's being portrayed right now in the world that we live in. That's why systems are breaking down. It's because polarity has nothing to do with disharmony. Polarity is dark and light. So what is currently happening is that we have an overflow of darkness and an overflow of light. So this harmony is being created. When we bring both to the same level, we live in harmony again, but still have the polarity. See? For example, war. War is an imbalance of darkness. Darkness can be used as a tool in order for us to transform, in order for us to evolve. It is necessary to keep the planet going. It is necessary to keep movement going. But war is an expression of us not knowing how to use this tool of darkness. So we're destroying one another, which is insane. Because when we all live in this polarity of harmony, we know that we're all one. There's no point in destroying each other. So we begin to feel the greater harmony when we attune ourselves to the natural system of time. And I want to tell you basically why the 25th of July is important right now. Why is it that we're meeting today? If time doesn't exist, why is it a specific date? Well, this all comes back to the rising of the star of Sirius. Sirius has been a very, very important star and planet for many ancient civilizations, from the Egyptians to the Mayans to the Dogons of West Africa. Sirius has always been like a cosmic lighthouse. It marked the rhythm of heavens and earth and how heavens influence earth. So it's the it's when Sirius first appears just before dawn, after being hidden by the sun. With it always happened that there was a key of natural events, like the flooding of the Nile, or the start of planting seasons, or the new cycles of a harvest. So this event wasn't just astronomical, it was a signal from the cosmos to align human activity with the pulse of the universe. It marked a specific turning point for the people. And we could see how the energies basically transformed during this time. This is the new year. So the 1st of January isn't the new year. That is just a invention. And also many people think that spring is the new year because it was like that for many Celtic traditions, which isn't wrong either, because it depends where you live, right? Spring isn't spring in every single country of the earth, right? So that is why this is a little bit complicated to put it all into a global system. But the star of Sirius was used as a lighthouse of time in many, many, many traditions that were using this completely not knowing from one another. So we had this in South America, we had this in Europe, we had this in Africa, we had this in North America as well. So this is one, let's say, orientation point that we can use for a global event of transformation. And I'm sure that you have been feeling the energies lately of shift. And what I want to just add to the date is that, for example, in Atlantean times, people were starting the new year on the 4th of August, but it was all connected to Sirius. So we're not, being stuck in one certain date. It's not necessarily that only the 25th of July is the day out of time, and then at 12 o'clock at midnight, the new galactic year starts. It's not like that. Everything is melting together. All the energies are melting into one another. In Atlantean times, there were 5 days out of time, and the new year started on the 4th of August. But this is all related to one another. So we can see this as a melting of time. As we said, it's expandable, it's stretchable. It's not the measurement that we know. We need to unlearn this measurement, okay? We need to unlearn this day is this from 12 o'clock in the morning to 12 o'clock at night, 24 hours a day. It's not like that. The universe doesn't work like that in any way. So this is just right now is a time that we can use as orientation. That's why I told you I'm going to do a live stream on the 25th of July. It's because everybody knows what that is. Everybody can check that off in their calendar. So it is not because right now it is this exact energy, but it is going to be in the next days, and it has happened already in the past days. It's all melting within one another. And I want you to tune into your body and to your spirit and to your energy and to feel the shifts on your own. We're all able to tune ourselves to the universe. And later in this live stream, I'm also going to give you something that you can use every single day for yourself to tune yourself with the rhythm and the heartbeat of the earth and the cosmos, so that you can see how your life changes when you just do a simple practice of 10 minutes each day. I will give that to you so that you can also practically and physically experience what galactic time and synchronicity feels like. So we are in a gateway of higher dimensions. We are in a portal that's connecting Earth to the higher realms and divine knowledge. And Sirius is often also called the spiritual sun because its energy is set to illuminate the hidden truths and awaken higher consciousness. So the spirit of Sirius represents a source of cosmic wisdom guiding humanity's spiritual evolution. So the new year in galactic time starts tomorrow on the 26th of July because Sirius is at its highest point. Okay. So we're going to step into the new year, which is called the year of the yellow resonant seed. Before, we were in the year of the blue rhythmic storm. The blue rhythmic storm, I talked about this in a live stream that I did yesterday on my Patreon. It was a year of catalyzation, of big changes, of chaos. So now we're being asked to reset today in order for a new and fresh start. The thing is, we need to integrate everything that we have learned from the blue rhythmic storm year. This today is a process of dying. So I invite you all to die today. We need to die in order for us to reborn. The problem is we don't learn how to die. And that's why also we are scared of death to an extent that is not natural. We will talk about how we do that. And before we start to get into the practice of how we step into the new galactic year, I'm going to speak a prayer for us. I do this in every single live stream. It is important for me to only do practices, rituals, and meditations when we are in the energy of a clear space. And I invite all of our spirit guides with the highest intents. I invite all galactic allies and angels to fill this energetic space that we have created from all over the world. I am going to envision the energetic bubble that we're creating right now and we're energizing. And the prayer that I'm always doing is a prayer to the 7 galactic directions. And if you like, you can grab your compass. You can just use the app on your phone if you don't have physical compass with you. And you can just look at the directions where you're sitting right now. So east, west, north, south. and just see where is it that I'm looking at. And then we're going to collectively address each direction, send a prayer out, invite our guides to help us with any issues, with any struggles, with any challenges, so that we don't carry any frequency that doesn't serve us anymore into the next year. And what I'm always doing is I'm starting with the East. And what I invite you to do, I have my little frequency synchrometer here that I'm going to use to attune into the frequencies of the directions. But what I invite you to do is, with each direction that we are addressing, just face your palm to the direction that we're addressing. And with that, you're giving away your energetical blueprint. So this is kind of like showing your ID to spirit and letting your energy be infused with what we need, only coming from the highest love, only coming from the highest intentions, and only receiving what is nourishing for our spirit, minds, and bodies. So we're starting from the East. I invite you to face your palms to the East and just listen to the prayer. And if you want, you can repeat internally, or you can just listen. From the East, house of light, may wisdom dawn in us, so we may see all things in clarity. From the West, house of night, may wisdom turn into clarity, so that we may know all from within. From the North, house of transformation, may wisdom be transformed into right action, so that we may do what must be done. From the South, house of the eternal sun, may right action reap the harvest, so we may enjoy the fruit of planetary being. From above, where star people and ancestors gather, may their blessings come to us now. From below, house of earth, may the heartbeat of her crystal core bless us with harmonies to end all war. And from within, galactic source, which is everywhere at once, may everything be known as the light of mutual love. Ayum hunapku evamaya imaho. All hail the harmony of mind and nature. Thank you for clearing the space with me. We have now set the intentions to open up the portal. And in order for us to be reborn, there are 3 things that we need to master today. The first is forgiveness. The second is the de-identification with our story. And the third is turning the poison into medicine. Before we can do that, we need to integrate what we have learned in the previous year of the Blue Rhythmic Storm. So I want you to take a moment, maybe take a breath, and just think about the chaos that happened in your life the past year. Specifically, the chaos that made you feel confused, addicted, maybe trapped, depressed, anxious. Just a reminder, the past year started on the 26th of July 2024 and ended yesterday. So just take a moment and reflect on the chaos that happened, which made you feel confused, addicted, trapped, depressed, or anxious. This is your poison. This is the poison that you have chosen to drink. And we're not going to get rid of the poison. We're not going to throw the poison into the trash. We're not going to spill it into the toilet. What we're going to do with this new cycle is that we're going to turn this poison into medicine. And we're going to learn from it. Why? Because we are stepping into the year of the yellow resonant seed. And if we water the seed with poison, you can imagine what will happen. This seed is your life force. This seed is everything that you're manifesting in your life, which is everything that is happening in your life. So I want you to take this very seriously. In this next year, we're going to plant a seed, and we can choose how we want to water that seed. Do we want to water it with the poison that we have been drinking for years and years and years? Or do we want to water the seed with fresh and pure water that is nourishing, that is going to help this seed grow? Because you have only been aware of the soil of your ground. You have only seen the soil. You have seen the bugs that are crawling in there. You have also seen the beauty of earth. And you have seen some sprouts. But you haven't seen what is able to grow from that. And I just want you to know that in the past year, there was a point in your life where the universe showed you what your highest potential could be. Even if it was just for a day, maybe it was for a week, maybe it was for a month. But there was a time during the Blue Rhythmic Storm where we were being presented what we could be. And by that, I mean which frequency we're able to emanate. I want you to think about this point that happened in your life during this year. And we want to nourish and water our seed with this frequency, with this water, so that it can sprout strong, vibrant, full of life. This water is the wisdom that you've gained from the storm. Without the chaos, you're not able to create the medicine. You're not able to create medicine from poison. The lessons we learn through the struggle is the clarity that will be born from the confusion, the strength through facing your fears. We no longer allow past pain, toxic patterns to dictate our growth. Because we have been in a little spiral. We have been in a little going around circles. And don't get me wrong, we have been making progress. But we have taken 10 steps ahead. And after that, 8 steps back again. And we want to move forward, and not with speed. That is let's say, a misconception that has also been put into our heads, that speed is what is going to take us forward. It's not speed. I don't know if you heard about this, but in the past weeks, I think it happened in July, scientists have measured the shortest day that has ever existed on Earth. So physically, not physically, physics. What is the word for that? I'm German. English is not my first language. It's German, so I'm trying to make the dots here. But physics have shown that our Earth is moving faster. Earth has changed her heartbeat. Why is that? Because Earth is a mirror of us. We are Earth. We are the consciousness of Earth. So what has happened? Because we have become faster, the Earth needed to catch up. Now the Earth is going faster. What we are being asked to do is slow down again. And I'm telling you, this will be created, this will create the medicine that you need. We need to slow down with our actions, with our words, with every single step that we take during our day. This is going to help the seed blossom. This is going to help us reconnect to the natural rhythms. And when we slow down, we also disconnect from our rapid activity of the mind. We're constantly in our mind. We don't know how to turn it off. The mind needs to be turned off again and again and again. We have been taught that the mind should be constantly running. This is creating poison for the world because we have only been connected to our mental body. We have 3 bodies. We have the physical, we have the mental, and we have the spiritual. We are only in the mental. We're not listening to our bodies anymore. We're not listening what is the medicine for us because our body knows exactly what relationships, what jobs, what friendships, what situations, what routines, what practices, what videos, what music. What is medicine to us? Our body feels that. Problem is, we're thinking with our minds. That's why we also can't discern between politicians. We're thinking logically and rationally. We're not feeling with our physical and our spiritual body. When those are the ones that are supposed to guide us in our life, we only need the mental body for certain decisions, for certain projects, for certain plans that we want to make. It's not there for all of life. That is a great distraction from the nature of life. So, watering your seed with fresh and nourishing energy means choosing to heal, not through the mind, this is one big thing that we're also doing, is everybody's going to therapy. And what we're doing is we're analyzing every single thing that we're experiencing, and we're analyzing our relationships and our relationship to our parents and our childhood, and we're analyzing everything that has ever happened in our lives, and we're noticing the patterns, and we're observing, and we understand, but we don't understand with ourselves. We only understand with our minds. That is not how healing works. Instead of understanding logically what our life is about, we need to understand it spiritually and physically. When we are trying to understand our lives mentally, what's going to happen is we're going to blame everybody else for our misery. We're going to blame our parents, we're going to blame the government, we're going to blame the school system, we're going to blame everything else, and we're not taking a look of what is actually inside. What does healing actually mean? It doesn't mean mentally understanding. Healing is when you choose forgiveness over resentment. Healing is when you choose hope over despair. Healing is choosing patience, choosing to slow down. Healing is when you open up your heart towards every single person, because you understand that we are all one. Everything is a mirror. That doesn't mean to let everything slide and to love every single person on this planet. This is not what we're here for. But it is to understand what is in my power, what can I contribute to this world, even if it's just in my inner circle, even if it's just in my small town. What can I contribute in order for the people around me to heal? And you will see how you will heal too. We're way too self-absorbed. The chaos that has happened in the Blue Rhythmic Storm year was for us to understand what is a priority, what should be a priority in my life. What is bringing me chaos? What is bringing me clarity? We are supposed to turn chaos into creation, to become creative with it. We're not supposed to take the chaos and say, you suck, I don't want you in my life, I'm going to cut you off. This is something that I mentioned in my live stream yesterday that is really important. The spiritual community is all about cutting off everything that doesn't feel comfortable. It's about, we're cutting cords with the people who we don't like. We're cutting this cord and that cord, and we're only attracting what is amazing for us. We're only attracting the happiness. We're only attracting the richness. What the problem is here is that we are pushing away everything that we could use as a tool. We're not using the darkness as a tool. We're pushing it away. And we're calling it manifestation. We're calling it light working. Also, we're doing shadow work, but then we're saying, oh, I need to cut these people off my life. Well, no, it's not about that. It's becoming the light in the shadow. It is easy to be the light surrounded by other lights. The real mission is to be the light surrounded by shadow. That is how we heal. And I'm not saying that when you are in a situation that it's dangerous for you in a physical or emotional way to stay in that situation. That is not what I'm saying. But we're so fast to cut off things in our life just because they are a little uncomfortable, because they're showing us something that we don't want to look at. Just because someone doesn't have the same opinion as you doesn't mean that you need to cut them out of your life. Don't surround yourself with the same. That is you. We need to build the rainbow bridge. The rainbow bridge is every single color existing next to each other. Every single color being connected with one another. The problem is that we're saying, I'm blue and I'm definitely not red. That is a real issue in our society. That is also how wars are being created. We're creating separation through inner fragmentation. We're telling ourselves, I'm this, but I'm definitely not that. And that needs to be somewhere else, but not in my life. That is what is creating the fragmentation and the separation on this planet. The thing is, we're not supposed to merge all of the colors, and because that would be transcendence, that would be us leaving our body, becoming an ascended master. That is not that many people try to do that, but that is taking away from the actual lesson, which is, can we live right next to each other with one another, accepting that we have different opinions, different perspectives, different viewpoints, but still have an open heart for one another, still help one another, still love one another? That is where we are meant to go. That is the harmony of the universe, of the earth that we're trying to create. Being different, being in polarity, but coexisting in harmony. So can we take the things that are uncomfortable and create something else from that? Not pushing it away, but creating something new. To do this, we have to understand that time is art. We can mold it, we can bend it, we can stretch it. We can become the artists of time, but we need to be creative. We need to become the alchemists. So I want you to become aware when we are stepping into this new portal for tomorrow. What is your poison that you have been drinking each day? Poison is an energy, it's a habit, it's a thought, it's an emotion that slowly drains your life force. And it's often disguised as protection, as comfort, or as control. What patterns keep showing up again and again? What emotions have you been either avoiding or suppressing? What behaviors leave you feel empty, stuck, out of alignment? Where have you been dishonest with yourself? What story are you identifying yourself with? These are the poisons. These are the poisons that we're choosing to drink. There's no one to blame. So return from the mind to the body. Your body knows the medicine. What feels good in your body? Patterns, behaviors, thoughts, energy, people. So we're going to do a meditation together to enter the portal of the yellow resonance seed. And this meditation is going to be a collective reset, a individual reset. And this is the intention that we're stepping into. The intention is a reset so that we can walk into this new portal with a clear heart, a clear mind, and a clear aura, a clear energetic field. And what I want to give you as an information about galactic time is that every single portal of galactic time is holds a specific mantra, a specific galactic signature. That's what it's called. And me, for example, I don't live according to the Gregorian calendar anymore. Of course, when I have to make appointments, but I wake up in the morning and the first thing that is on my mind is the galactic signature and not the 25th of July. So this is what is taking me immediately into the frequency that is connected to the star Sirius, that determines the natural cycles of Earth. So the galactic signature is a portal which opens up to the highest frequency of each day. And when you speak it, your body receives the codes of this frequency, and you're tuning yourself to receive synchronicities. And when you live a life of synchronicity, as we said, we live a life in harmony with nature and the universe. That is the indicator of living a life in harmony. So I invite you now to speak the galactic signature with me out loud. This is the galactic signature for the new year. So we're opening up the portal for these new opportunities, these new vibrations, these new possibilities for all of us to step into our highest potential, and by that help the earth step into her highest potential. So I'm just going to start. You can repeat with me. And the galactic signature of the yellow resonance seed is this: I channel in order to target. Inspiring awareness. I seal the input of flowering with the resonant tone of attunement. I am guided by the power of intelligence. Thank you for opening up the portal with me. Before we start our meditation, I just want to let you know that I am transmitting and sharing channelings of each galactic signature every single day on my Patreon. It's $555 a month, so it's basically nothing. It's the price per month, so you can just try out for a month and see how your life is changing, how your energies are changing. I have a beautiful community there where we share the galactic codes each day with one another. We also share what we have been experiencing through galactic time and how the synchronicities are appearing. And this is a project that's coming from my heart. That's why I wanted to make it cheap, even though I put so much time and so much effort and energy into these channelings each day. I also try to search for images that are matching the energy of each day. And when you live like that with me, you will see how slowly the things in your life will realign. This is, for example, if you want to dive deeper into galactic time, I recommend this to you because, of course, you also have the option to learn the galactic synchrometer on your own and learn how to read it on your own. Of course, you don't need me when you want to do that. I'm not saying I'm the person who's telling all the truth and all the right information. You can learn how to use it yourself. It just takes some time. I took some time to learn it myself, and that's why I was thinking, hey, I want people to understand this in a very human way so that it's not so complicated and that they can access it every single day and that they can speak the galactic signature and they don't have to, do all the research themselves. That's why I do it. And what I can give you without you joining anything is I have a link below this live stream where you can decode your own galactic signature, and you just have to type in your birthday. The website is below, and then it shows you your own galactic mantra. And this galactic mantra is directly linked to your purpose and your mission in this incarnation. And the more you speak it, I speak it every single day, the more you realize what you're here for, the more you realize what you're here to do, and you become clear about where you need to go. So it's basically like showing you the direction. When we talk about astrology, it's more of like understanding your character traits, understanding your personality, navigating life in an easier way because you know what energies are flowing through your system. When we talk about galactic signatures and galactic time, this is not about the personality you already have. It is about your highest potential. Galactic signatures are taking you into the frequency that you need in order for you to fulfill the highest possible potential that you can live in this incarnation. I also do private readings when it comes to this. So if you want to learn about your galactic cross, and if you want me to explain everything to you so that you can, put the pieces together, I welcome you into my personal readings that are also available on my Patreon. What we also do is every single week, we have a Rainbow Bridge live stream where we do a collective Rainbow Bridge meditation for harmony. This is what I told you about, becoming all the colors existing with one another, connecting everything with one another, and creating the harmony and reminding ourselves of how we stop the inner war within ourselves, how we create harmony within ourselves. And we discuss the potentials of the past week and the energies of the past week. So that is everything is in my Galactic Time community if you want to join. And if you want to tune yourself into the natural rhythms of time, this is my offer to you. So without further ado, we're going to start with our meditation now in order for us to reset our system, in order for us to remember how to live in natural time, and what we need to focus on today and tonight in order for us to have a clear system for new potentials and energies to arrive. So I invite you to find yourself a comfortable position. Get your body into a state that feels natural for you. And take a deep breath in. And out of your mouth. I invite you to gently close your eyes. To arrive in your body. To feel the earth beneath your feet. And we're just going to let our body settle into stillness. If you feel like it, I invite you to place your hands over your heart. And we're now going to speak either silently or loud. I offer forgiveness to all I have harmed, knowingly or unknowingly. I offer forgiveness to all who have harmed me, knowingly or unknowingly. I forgive myself for the ways I have abandoned, betrayed, or dimmed my own light. I forgive the forgetting. I release the need to understand. I release the need to punish. I release the looping narratives that keep my pain alive. I choose coherence. I choose healing. I choose remembrance. I choose love. I release the need to understand. I release the need to punish. I release the looping narratives that keep my pain alive. Feel this release move through your body. Feel it touching every part of your body. Every pain that is stuck in there is being carried and then extended into the earth. And from earth, we pick up the pain. We pick up the pain from the places that still hold war and fragmentation. And we're looking at this pain. We're looking at our own pain and the collective pain. The earth's pain. And we're going to offer our compassion. We're now offering our compassion to ourselves and to all beings. We're offering our compassion to the planet. Only through compassion we can heal, not through understanding. Let your light ripple outward. The light of your heart is what's going to bring the inner and outer fragmentation back together. I want you to see all of us in this moment, connecting from all these different places on the planet. I want you to see all of us being little orbs of light, glowing with compassion, all thinking about each other, knowing about the pain that we all hold, knowing about the chaos and the imperfection, knowing about our different opinions, viewpoints, and perspectives, but still holding compassion for one another. Compassion is what connects us. Through compassion, we turn the poison into medicine. With compassion, we water the seed of our lives. With compassion, we release what is no longer ours to carry. We're now going to enter the portal of inner time and planetary coherence. And we're going to open the invisible libraries. Take some deep breaths. There's nowhere to be but here. Feel the gentle pull of earth, like a magnet drawing you in. Grounding you, telling you how safe you are. Breathe into that connection with our planet. let your awareness drop down beneath the surface and deep into the roots of the earth. You can see a powerful network of light intricately woven through the earth, connecting you to all living beings and the planet itself. There is a single glowing point of light directly beneath you. This is your node, your access point of your portal of alignment. From this point, you can see golden threads of light extending in all directions simultaneously. This light connects you to the mountains, to the oceans, to ancient temples and sacred sites. This light radiates into lost civilizations and star-born places, extending to all the dimensions. Breathe into this image until you feel it in your body. Let your cells remember what is important. Shift your focus to your heart center. See it glowing softly. And with every breath, this light expands from your crown to your root. Both directions. Until it merges seamlessly with the grid beneath you. You are not on Earth. You are Earth. Feel yourself as a planetary transmitter. I am one with the Earth. The Earth and myself are one mind. feel the ley lines of light respond with subtle pulses. You may sense certain places in your body lightening up, or you may feel warmth, images, or emotions arise. Because you are part of the planetary nervous system, you are both the transmitter and the receiver. Let this connection extend beyond space into the deeper architecture of time, where myth, memory, archetype, and origin are stored. This is the domain of the invisible libraries. You do not need to open them physically. They open when you become resonant, when your field harmonizes with the planetary song lines. Breathe into the ley lines of Earth. See the entire network begin to glow brighter. And let this light ripple outward into zones of conflict, into prisons and battlefields, and all places of ancient trauma buried deep in the Earth's memory field. And by that, your own memory field. Let the light enter the forgotten places where no prayers have been spoken for centuries. As this light reaches these areas, spontaneous healing begins to occur. The more you breathe consciously into this, the farther the light travels and the deeper the healing flows. You are an important part of the planetary recalibration. You are a node of coherence in a field of distortion. So what do you want to emanate moving forward? Distortion or creation? Poison or medicine? Remember who you are. Remember your power. Remember your body and your spirit. We're now going to create the rainbow bridge. The rainbow bridge is the connection of every color of this planet. And the rainbow bridge is the connection of mind and heart. No matter how different we are, no matter how different our mind and our heart is, we're meant to live in harmony with one another. Even if our opinions are different, we are supposed to honor the different colored hues, not fight them, not think that we are better, not think that we are right. Every single person is an aspect of the truth. No truth is better than the other. There is a visualization that we do during the Rainbow Bridge meditation. We visualize the sacred geometry of an octahedron inside the earth, inside the earth's core. This is called the crystal Earth's octahedron core. An octahedron is shaped like two pyramids stuck together at the bottom, one pointing up to the sky, the other one pointing down to the earth. Each pyramid has 3 triangle sides. If you turn it slowly in the light, it sparkles from every angle like a perfect diamond. And we're now going to visualize being in the center of that octahedron crystal core, which is the transmitter of energy from the Earth outward to all other planets and star systems. We are a communicator. And we can become one with that big transmitter. So feel your heart at the center of this crystal core. generating an intensely blazing point of white light. Feel this blazing stream of light transform into a multicolored plasma. It's now emanating from your heart core and extending out into the north and south pole of the earth. Feel the two streams of rainbow light rushing through your spinal column, shooting out from above your head and beneath your feet to create a rainbow bridge around your body. The rainbow bridge is the realization of planetary harmony. As the Earth revolves on its axis, the rainbow bridge remains steady and constant. It is unmoving. We are Earth. We are one. We are family. We are empathy. We are love. We are now reclaiming time as something sacred, not as something we should be afraid of. Just as the darkness, we are now deciding to use time as a tool to step into our highest potential, to understand the rhythms, the cycles, and the patterns of nature, and to live according to them. We choose to not live according to distortion, confusion, or disharmony. We are reclaiming our connection to nature, to the cosmos, to our own soul. We are remembering time is a spiral. It is not a prison. It is a pulse. When we align with natural time, we begin to live in presence. I channel in order to target inspiring awareness. I seal the input of flowering with the resonant tone of attunement. I am guided by the power of intelligence. I am willing to be alive. I'm willing to choose life over stagnation. I am willing to move with the pulse and the heartbeat of Earth. Because if I'm not, I'm living a life of the dead, of the stagnant, of the hopeless, of the mind-driven achievers who strive for a goal which doesn't exist. So I return to my mind and I teach it to be still, and I decide to use it as a tool, not a distraction from life itself. I reclaim the wisdom of my body and the power of the spirit. I am. And when you're ready, I invite you to slowly return to the room that you're sitting in. I invite you to touch your body, to grab your shoulders, to touch your legs and arms, to massage, to stretch, to slowly open your eyes, and to come back to this three-dimensional existence. I thank you so much for opening up this portal with me. Usually when we open up these portals, we shortly after are being confronted with certain aspects of ourselves that need integration, that need to be looked at. So I just want you to pay attention. Maybe already pay attention to what happened to you today already. See what topics came up. See what people were there. See what they mirrored you. See what has been on your mind. These things are usually very important during portal times. And what I really invite you to do to reset your system completely, to start living in natural time, to start aligning yourself with the rhythms of the stars and the moon and Sirius, is to speak your galactic mantra, to calculate it, decode it through the website that is linked below, and to just see what is shifting. I recommend to you to do it right after you wake up. It is a specific code that will trigger your cells of remembrance, and you will just see how things will change. Try to not understand the signature with your mind. Try to open up your heart and receive the information through your body, and then let your spirit guide you to where you need to be. Don't question how. Thank you for being here, my loves. It is an honor for me to be transmitting this information to you. It is an honor for me that you all showed up here, and I hope to see you soon. I hope to meet you in one way or another. I think when we connect to beings, whether it is physically or digitally, it is never a coincidence. We probably met before. Resonance is always truth. So I'm really happy to meet you again. And I'll see you in the next field, wherever that may be. I will try to answer some comments later, but I want to end the live stream now. And I just want you to go into your own energetic field, to spend some minutes, maybe half an hour on your own, to just integrate and just let messages arrive, be in your own field, in your own system, and then slowly walk out of it after half an hour, whatever resonates with you. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Blessings to you. Happy yellow resonance seed year. Thank you for moving through the portal with me today. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Ayum hunapku evamaya emaho.